Welcome back everybody into the first review of the month. Today is the 1st of March and it's Wednesday. So we're going to have a look at what happened today on gold as always, and I'm going to talk about my actual trades and my pre-plan analysis on the market. So as you can see, the main gold analysis at the beginning of the session was bullish. So as you can see, March at New York Open was here. I was looking for bounce from these levels to in continuation bullish, only to add later on a possible sells only below this level. As you can see here, we saw the first bounce at 1836, so I was looking for a double bottom or above 1838 for continuation buys, or above 1842 for continuation buys as well. As you can see here, as per pre-plan analysis, I should have never had any reason to sell. As you can see here, I'm going to highlight now, this was the double bottom where I took my entry. I took my entry over there. I took 10 pips and scalp at 10 pips. I was putting my stop loss at break even. And here, as you can see, with this candle, that's where I got out at break even for my first trade, break even trade, as per pre-plan analysis. So going long, expecting the bullish price action, double bottom for possible continuation bullish. This didn't happen. What we saw was a deeper pullback built at 1834, respecting a trend line that was already there from the analysis. What happened was that I started looking for sells, so I took a few trades, especially in this order block here. I took some very poor trades, even here, and I think another one around here at the new 4 hour. But anyway, what we can see is that my pre-plan analysis was to take buys, and take buys. The market is telling me that we are moving bearish. The market is telling me that yes, we closed below this level, we made a new low, and then created another block and then went down. But we are still in this bullish range. So any retracement to start looking for sell, this was my pre-plan analysis for sells. We should close definitely and strongly below this level. So what actually didn't happen is that we never went below 1833.5. So I should have only been looking for buys. So as you can see here, what is the market telling me? Let's dig into it. So we can identify that after making a double bottom, basically at the end of the 4 hour after New York Open, we see a nice engulfing bullish candle engulfing the previous one. We are still against some very strong bearish price action, so this might not be the first candle entry, but what we see is a sequence of bullish candles breaking above even this PPL and previous highs on the left hand side. This was the last lower high, now it's broken and immediately retested. This, if you see this overall bullish move, that's a 50% correction, matching the trend line, matching the key level, and also the PPL and the overall bullish bias. Because if I was looking for sells, strong rejection below this level has been respected and retested. Now we can identify a bullish liquidity into that is stronger than the bearish one. As you can see here, this would have been possible candle confirmation. This is like a 10 pip stop loss, and then you simply have a straight sequence of event with bullish candles. You can take your trade at these previous highs. That would be, I think, at 20 pip, still 18, 17 pip stop TP, still very good scalp. But this is very important to understand the continuation. Now, what is the price telling me? And that's where I took a few buys that were just breakout buys, because if you remember, this one was my PSA for the buys. So I entered at this candle, I got stopped out down here, I re-enter when this candle closed bullish, and I closed it around here. When the candle flipped bearish, I entered sells, but I went like a minor win. And then when the candle flipped bearish, I entered another sells. Now I entered sell here, but it got stopped out at the next candle. So this was quite a very gambling and not pre-planned moment for me. What you can see is that I'm not a breakout trader, and I take breaker retest. So I identified that the price broke this level. Probably I should have taken just a single candle entry, maybe this one, and then get out at the first loss. And that would be fine, because it's still breaking above, retesting multiple times. The price action is telling us that there's not enough seller side liquidity, but not even bullish side. So maybe one entry would have been fine, the sells would have not been fine. I should have waited for the pullback entry, and the pullback entry, as you can see here, if you understand the overall bullish impulse, this is a 50% correction of it, retesting these previous highs on the left hand side. So we can identify this was the last and the first, you can say, lower high, lower low, sorry. Now this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, and now we are identifying a new higher low at the retest of this previous PSA, matching 50% and also 61.8% retracement of this overall bullish move. You will see also tapping the 61.8 and closing bullish. That would have been my entry. Very close stop loss. That's like a 6 pips stop loss. For like a 12 pips, it's still a 2-to-1. So it's still, even though it looks very short, it's still a 2-to-1 risk to reward, because you don't want any candle to close and go below this level. That's not what you want as a pullback trader. What you can see then next is price is breaking above and retesting it. So maybe we don't have a full, yeah, we could see that this candle now we have like a 75% retracement, most likely. Yeah, 61.8, almost 75% retracement of this overall bullish move. And that's where we can have 1 or 2 candle confirmation for the continuation bullish. As you can see here, this could have been possibly either a break-even trade, because you go 10 pips in profit and then goes back down, either a break-even trade or 20 pip trade. Still, what this the price is telling you, you have to be very clear about it. The price is still showing you lower, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then we continue bullish. So that's the only bias, and I should not be looking for sells. There is no reason for sells. So now what we come into is some sort of order block. That's because we have at this time a few fundamental reports, and that some show weakness for the dollar, some show a little bit mixed sentiment. On a simple technical side, what we see is that, okay, yes, we are breaking above and still above. Maybe a couple of entries would have been wasted. But what we can see is that this is a pullback entry. Okay, so what level is this? We can identify that the last impulse can be taken from, let's say, from here, from this week low to this high. And we can see that we have 2 candles closing and rejecting 61.8% and the previous lows and the PPL. So we are staying above. Yes, maybe this candle closure is not the best, I would say, but still it's still showing you this end of the pullback, possible end of the pullback. So this entry would have gone in a very good fashion, like 40 pips. As a scalp, since the stop loss was still very low, this is still a more than 2-to-1, I would say. Yeah, it's a 2-to-1 risk to reward. The stop loss could be even smaller, and 2-to-1 to these previous highs, and then price also is moving up. So that's also another pullback entry. What we can see here is that we are now approaching a strong PSA. In a few minutes we have some report for very strong PMI, very important for the US dollar. We can start to see a shift in market structure immediately at our 15-minute PSA. Let me show you this PSA on the 15-minute so that you can understand why it was plotted and charted. As you can see here, look at this huge price action. Look how many multiple rejections we have here. This is a little bit short, but this one was strongly rejected before going back down. I don't know how many pips. Look on the left hand side, this area and these lows, it was rejected. So on the 15 minutes, it's very clear that this is a strong supply area. Of course, you don't enter straight away because, I mean, you have some huge fundamental taking place. But what you can see, okay, when is there a shift in market structure? When the price is breaking. So if we have these PSAs on the bullish side that we took advantage of for buys, this same PSA can be taken into advantage for the sells. So here we break below this area. Here we break, retest, and close below this area for possible. This is the entry where you could have had your sell scalp, 15 pip stop loss, 40 pip TP, and straight continuation down. So here, this PSA did not give up until later any reaction. This one gave some reaction, but it's very important to understand when do I shift in bias here, when and why. And then as a scalper, as understanding the pullbacks, this was my pre-planner idea. Let me show you this one. Okay. Okay, let's wait a second. So as you can see here, this was my trade idea, both at understanding the pullback coming in for sells. So this was 1840 retracement. This is a 61.8 retracement for the continuation sells at this previous PSA, or 75% retracement. As you can see here, the first retracement at 61.8 gave you very nice scalp. Of course, this is why on gold you have to be, okay, candle close and hit this level, my PSA, I enter. I don't wait for small candles like here because it might not happen. So as you can see here, this is like a 30 pip scalp to the previous lows, 32, 30 pip scalp. Then again, what we see, what we identify is another retracement. And this retracement now is coming at 75% retracement, and you have multiple candle confirmation. Of course, first you have candle going up. So maybe if you enter straight away, unless you had a nice stop, like a 10, 15 pips, 15, 20 pips stop, maybe you got stopped out, but then you have multiple candle confirmation. For example, here, you might enter with the stop loss above here, better above there. Yes, if this is a 18 pip stop loss, like a 15 pip stop loss would be enough for the continuation in sells. Further rejections for 40 pips, and as we're going to see, this same PSA still holding up until later for the 75% retracement, still holding strong, multiple candle confirmation to go down to these previous same lows. And this is the same PSA that we had from the morning, and for another 40 pip scalp. Now, of course, the volume is dying down. So this is mainly what happened today. Trading wise, it was a massacre, I would say. But yeah, I am not taking pullback entries, which is my setup. I'm not waiting enough. I'm not patient enough. The first page, I'm now being patient. I feel good because I'm waiting for proper price action. I want to sit on my hand until data at 3:45, which is here. The only thing is that then I forget about it, and then I start taking stupid trades over here when the price action is very, very bad, just to take advantage of possible retrade, but I don't know what. And almost coming to my old behavior, faster heart rate when the price is approaching my level, and then I just went to sell limit. Should I stay in buy bias because it was never broken here. That's at this candle, that's where I took my sell limit, but also I was thinking about, okay, this is the retest of the key level after seeing this bullish price action, after retesting successfully this trend line, after retesting successfully this PSA that I chatted up. So I should have waited looking for buys instead of sells, and that would have been the first of very profitable scalps, and staying probably in a bullish bias. But that's not what happened, because psychologically I'm not sharp, and that's where I have to really be at my top. I need to work on this aspect of my trading. Yes, I need to take pullback entries, and I need to understand that if I'm patient, I win, and if I'm not patient, I lose. I have a pre-planned analysis for a reason, but then I get tangled up with each candle. I went short instead of long when price did not break any PSA for sells. Here, did not break any PSA. Why did I do that? Why did I take 4 trades in 4 minutes, like here, and in the middle of the range where I wanted to have a clear price action? I wanted to have a clear, this is not clean. This is clean, this is clean, this is clean. Look at these candles. This is clean, this is clean, this is clean. Look at these candles, how clean they are. The impatience is killing me right now. I will not be profitable or even break even if I'm not patient to see my setups at my pre-planned PSA. I need to practice daily about my patience. I need to wait in the right mindset for the exact PSA, avoiding short-term gratification. This is all short-term gratification. Didn't I want to wait for fundamental before entering? Didn't I want to wait for this price action, waiting, and then take advantage of this and this? Look at this before and after. That's something crazy about it, no? Because I can also show you a very interesting screenshot. It took over 1 hour to get from 1834 to 1844. Over 1 hour of this. Yes, it's bullish price action, but look at the size of the candles. Look at the candle body, and look at the overall wicks that each candle has. How much of the proportion of the candle is a wick? These are all the candles that are very, very weak in terms of candle body compared to the wick size, its own wick. Look at here, and look now the opposite. Look here, when it took 10-15 minutes to look. Now I want to show you the one that have huge wicks. This one. Yeah. Nothing. Look at how many candles. And look here. Only a couple. Look at how many candles over here. Look at this, the size of these candles. Look at the size of these candles, how clean they are. They are big, strong, one directional. This candle, break a retest, entry there, that's a 15-20 pips win. Easy, in just a few minutes. Nothing really necessary. Break a retest, stay on the bullish side. If you stay on the bullish bias over all time, not looking for these sells even, okay, look, we are breaking and staying above, breaking, retesting, and staying above this level, which is also conveniently the previous one. Look at the candle body. Look here. Let's go on trading view. We are at this level. Look the candle body where it is closing, and look compared to that to, okay, look at the wicks. Look at the lower wicks. Yeah, they're grabbing liquidity to this level, but all the candle bodies are closing above. You're making now a real double bottom before continuation up, because you're at this level. So that's something very important. That's something that is not just technicals, but how to actually apply it during the live trading. That's where my patience is not there yet, but I will of course work hard for it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you tomorrow.